It's that time of the day again. It's time for another family movie review. These movies again will be rated as 2 thumbs up, which means the movie's awesome, 1 thumbs up, which means the movie's good, a thumbs down, which means the movie's bad, and 2 thumbs down, which means the movie's really bad. So the first movie we're going to be reviewing today is called The Waterboy, and it stars Adam Sandler. And this movie is absolutely some high quality H2O, people. I thought this movie was pretty funny. It was pretty good. I give this movie a thumbs up. I thought it was pretty hilarious. This movie was so funny because this guy in the movie, he starts out as a water boy, and then he turns out to be really, really good at football. And it's so funny because then he just starts going in, and he starts playing football, and it's so funny because his mom doesn't want him to play football, and then he goes out there and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play football. It's really funny, because it's like, they're kind of, white trash-ish, they're kind of, you're ordinary people, and then he just turns out to be like really good at football. This movie's rated PG-13 for language and some crude sexual humor. I bet, it's a great family movie for kids. Don't mind the rating or anything about that, because this movie is a great movie for kids and family. I screened it already and watched it with all my kids and friends, and they thought it was a good movie too, so the whole family rates it a thumbs up, and this would be a good movie to watch if you haven't already seen it. If you have seen it, tell me what you think about it and if you agree with the rating, but yeah, I think it's a really good movie and should be on your watch list. And this movie, I don't know how long it is, let me check. And the runtime for this movie is about 90 minutes, which makes it not too long of a movie and not too short of a movie if you're in a hurry or something and just want to watch a good movie late night. So that's The Waterboy, and I thought it was a pretty good movie. I give it a thumbs up. This movie is called Treasure Buddies, and it's a part of the Buddies movie series by Disney, and I absolutely rate this movie 2 thumbs down. My kids personally did not like it, and I didn't even like it either. This movie is actually about these 5 golden retriever dogs who go out and search for treasure in somewhere called Egypt or something. The movie is totally lame. The dogs are talking, their mouths are moving, and it's so stupid. Their voices are dumb and inaccurate. My kids were screaming for me to turn it off, and it's rated G. It was not even funny. It was just boring. It was just like on and on and on. It was just the stuff of boring. It's just not a movie you want to watch. There's none comedy in it. There's nothing good in it. You think it's going to be good because you see some dogs on the cover of it, but really, it just sucks. It was terrible, people. You know what? My kids said, I'd rather be thrown in a sewer than watch that movie again. And I'm like, go throw yourself in a sewer, honey, because you're never watching that movie again. I don't know what it is about this movie. It's so boring, but everybody just gave it like 2 thumbs down. I do not recommend this for your next movie night, nor do I recommend any of the buddy movies from Disney, because they're not funny, okay? They're just not good movies. So this one is 2 thumbs down and should not be on your next movie list to watch ever. The next movie we're going to be reviewing today is called What About Bob? Bob's a special kind of friend, the kind that drives you crazy. This movie is howlingly funny. My kids thought it was pretty funny too, so our whole family rated it 1 thumbs up. This movie is really funny, and it stars Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss. I don't know if you guys have watched this one before, but I think this one's an 80s or 90s movie. It's really funny. It's really good. It seems like this movie's also getting really good reviews on the back of it, too. Bill Murray teams up with Richard Dreyfuss in an outrageously wild comedy that's sure to drive you off the deep end. Murray plays Bob, a troubled therapy patient who fears everything. And after seeking help from a noted psychiatrist, Bob feels revived. But when the doctor skips town to go on a quiet family vacation, Bob, afraid of being alone, follows, showing up unexpectedly at his lakeside retreat. That's when the fun really begins. This movie is hilarious, and it is rated PG. Because some material may not be suitable for children. Suitable for children, huh? This movie is so suitable for children, it's unbelievable. My whole family liked this movie and we watched it and we thought it was really, really funny. It's just a really funny story, it's a good movie. This should be on your watch list if you haven't already watched it. My son in particular, he said like, you know, this is a good movie. Shouldn't we recommend it to other people? And I'm like, I don't know. Should we put it on a review? And I'm like, yeah, we're putting it on there. So this is a movie that you're also going to want to put on your list too. This movie runs for about 99 minutes. And it's a really good movie and I give it a thumbs up. Now this movie was so bad, I cannot even tell you how bad this movie was. This movie is called Due Date, and it has Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis, I don't know, but, you know, this movie was just so bad, so raunchy. You didn't know all your kids watching this. I screened it even before I let my kids watch it, because I was like, you know, the rating and everything. I'll just tell you real quick. Rated R for language, drug use, and sexual content. Man, you didn't know all your kids watching this movie. As if the drug use and sexual content wasn't bad enough, the language is non-stop, side-splitting, roll in the aisle, can't stop crying till it hurts. This movie was so bad. It's called Due Date. It gets really bad. These two guys are like, they're going on a date. It's like, what the heck? They didn't even tell you about that in the description. And it's from the Hangover director. I also thought that movie wasn't even good. And it's just horrible. My kids were like, are you seriously going to watch that, Dad? And I'm like, I've watched rated R movies before, and I didn't think they were that bad. But this movie takes the cake for being a bad movie. I do not recommend that you or your kids or anyone watch this movie. I give it 2 thumbs down. So the next time you're tempted to buy this movie or watch it, please don't, because you'll end up regretting it, and you'll end up having to turn it off, and your kids will end up saying, hey, why'd you turn it off? And you're like, well, just look at the rating, kids. And they're like, oh, Dad, now I understand. This movie, I give it 2 thumbs down. Now this movie, it's called Old Dogs, and it stars John Travolta and Robin Williams. And Old Dogs is hilarious, fun for the whole family. Well, my kids thought it was a fine movie. I give it a thumbs up. Definitely not as hilarious as some of the other movies I've seen, but it's pretty funny. If you can just look at the cover, you can see that this movie is a pretty funny movie. So I give it a thumbs up. And it is a Disney movie, so I was skeptical. I'm like, aren't those movies for, you know, little kids? And they're like, yeah, but it looks funny. And then we tried it, and no, it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. It says one of the best family films of the year on the back. And it's rated PG for parental. What the heck are you doing back there? Sorry, that was my son. He was like bowling in the house or something. Stop bowling in the house. Anyways, this movie's really good, and it stars John Travolta and Robin Williams in a hilarious family comedy, because they have their lives turned upside down when they're charged with the care of 7-year-old twins, while on the verge of the biggest business deal of their life. And then they lead to one debacle after another with a gorilla and some penguins. Yeah, it's a pretty funny movie, and I give it a thumbs up for everyone. And this edition, if you buy it, it might have some movie rewards, but don't even look at that. Those are expired. My kids were like, oh, Dad, are these coupons going to work? And I'm like, no, honey, they're expired. And that was, you know, that was just a conversation that we had. And, you know, but the movie's pretty good, and I think you'll laugh from it. I give it a thumbs up. You can probably find this movie online or maybe in the stores sometimes. It's fairly easy to find, too. Now, I know there's a lot of different versions of this movie out here, and you probably have read the book by now, or maybe not. I didn't read it. It's a classic, but, you know, don't say that around your kids. But this is a Warner Bros. Family entertainment movie. It's called Black Beauty. They've rated it 4 stars on the cover. Well, there's a hint that it's bad. the most imaginative and stupid picture since The Black Stallion. Just kidding, stirring, etc. But, you know, I give it 2 thumbs down. This movie was boring. This is the 1994 version of the movie, which they say sticks the most originally to the book. Well, I never read the book, so I have no idea what they're talking about. But this picture was just a horrible movie. It was too boring. It was like scene after scene after scene of horses. There's a narrator talking to the horse. They're acting like the horse talks, and, you know, it's unrealistic. It's not good. I even was looking at the reviews of it online, and they said that the horse had stunt doubles in the movie, including a mirror and a gelding, and they had to dye the horse black for the movie. So this horse isn't even black when you're watching the movie. When you think about that, you're like, okay, and then you see another horse come in, and you don't even know it's the same horse. It's just another horse that's been dyed black. Like, what the heck? My kids were asking me about that. They were like, hey, isn't that a different horse than the original one? And I was like, you know what? Maybe it is. I gotta look that up. I rate this movie 2 thumbs down. They say it's a pretty movie. Yeah, there's none comedy, none humor, none action, none adventure. It's just a story. It's just like watching a book pass by you. It's just boring. Boring scenes, boring everything. It's just a bad movie. It's just boring. It's 88 minutes of watching some horses. If you want to see horses, I told you to stop bowling! Sorry about that. But this movie is just, it's a boring one. It's just a bad movie. I rate it 2 thumbs down. You guys are going to have to get yourself a good movie with some comedy, some humor, some action, and adventure. Because this movie doesn't have any of it. Yeah, sure, if you're a person who likes watching boring horses sit there and neigh and fart and do whatever they do, yeah, then go ahead. This is a great movie for you. But if you actually like good movies, then take my advice and don't watch this one. Keep it off your movie list and watch a different movie that we've suggested instead. Now, you may have heard of this movie before. This movie is called Three Amigos. It stars Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Martin Short. This movie is pretty funny. I rated a thumbs up. So here's the story of the movie. The Three Amigos are a silent screen comedy act who have seen better days. So is a remote Mexican hamlet that is being terrified by a fierce gang of banditos. Hint, El Guapo. Finally, in desperation, a villager sends the actors a telegram asking for help. Thinking they're being offered a fortune for a personal appearance, the trio arrive in Mexico, only to discover this time they're dodging real bullets. It's not an act, it's the real thing. Starring Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Martin Short, and directed by John Landis, this uproarious comedy centers on 3 bumblers who are way in over their heads, but come what may, they'll always remain the Three Amigos. It is such a funny movie, and I rated a thumbs up. This is an older movie. I think from the 70s or 80s. I think 80s. I don't know. But this movie is really funny. You'll laugh out loud from this movie. It has action and adventure and comedy and all that good stuff that you want in a movie. And it's just a really funny movie about these guys who are like, you know, they're kind of stupid, you know? They just come in and they think that they're doing an acting job, and really they end up facing this guy called El Guapo. He's like, oh, you know. It's a great family movie, and the rating is PG, and I thought it was pretty good. So if you haven't already seen this movie, check it out. But if you have seen this movie, then well, good for you. Hopefully you thought it was a good movie too. By the way, I think it was actually made in 1986. I don't know, I just checked on the back just for future reference if you guys like 80s movies. Well, here's what my son was actually playing with. This little bowling pin from his birthday. If you guys have liked this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more movie reviews and other great videos. If you would like me to review a certain movie that you think other people might like too, you can tell me that. And I might watch it and just check it out for myself. And, you know, I just hope you guys like this video. And it means a lot to me that you guys check out our channel and my son's videos and my videos and the stuff we post. It just means a lot. So just thank you and have a nice day and hope you enjoy this movie review. Goodbye.